Alrighty, boys, I think this is as good as time as ever to go ahead and start PokeMMO stream recap 503. Good afternoon. It's actually Saturday around 5 p.m. Not my typical stream time, but there is a really cool catch event up for grabs today, a shiny Dunsparce catch event, and I'm really excited for this one. I actually spent a lot of time single encountering over at this spot in the past. I love the shinies over here. There's Dunsparce, Sunkern, Butterfree, Combi is over here. There's a lot of really cool single encounter bug shinies over here if you care about that and like that, like what I do. I know FFL has shunted a lot here in the past, some other high-end shunters in the game, but let's go ahead and jump into your daily news for PokeMMO, your daily stream recap stuff, what events are coming up in the game, any sort of helpful tips and tricks, information, resources that you can use, our daily market check we have to cover, and then of course our achievement showcase. Let's go ahead and jump into things. If you like today's video, as always, make sure to like and subscribe, guys. It supports me a ton and lets me know what kind of content you guys want to see. Let's go ahead and jump into it. There is today's Dunsparce catch event. I'm not going to spend too much time on it since a lot of you guys already know about it. And if you're watching the recap, I'm sorry this event is over. We have one more event for you that is coming up, though. Don't fret. This event starts at 6 p.m. ET on the 2nd of May at Route 12 in Unova, where we're at right now in game. Then we have the main account, Shiny Hunting, over at Dratini right now, casually in the background. There's a +3 for Dunsparce, Sunkern -3, yada, 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 yap. There is a shiny Dunsparce up for grabs. That's what people care about, man. That's the cool thing. There's a beautiful shiny Pokemon, shiny Dunsparce up for grabs. Really under-hunted shiny. If you want to go for a shiny Dunsparce, you can go for one over at 3 Island in Kanto at the 3 Island port. It's over to the east, I believe, of the PC itself. It's a really cool shiny, really under-hunted shiny. Definitely check it out if you are interested. Next up, there is a catch event on the 4th of May. This is on Monday, the 4th of May at 1 p.m. ET, Victory Road, Unova, for Heatmore and Mienfoo. This is a really cool shiny Pokemon. Shiny Heatmore, we'll see it in a quick sec. Heatmore is +3, Mienfoo is -3. Nature bonuses are +2 for Adamant, excuse me, -2 for Mild, and there is a shiny Heatmore up for grabs. Shiny Heatmore, what was one of the most underhunted shinies in my opinion in Pokemon for a very, very long time, and I try to encourage and show people black and red shinies are gorgeous. This is kind of your budget shiny Charizard, right? You know, it's an anteater, not exactly a dragon, but like the colors, there's some similarities there, man. Shiny Heatmore is beautiful. Check it out. This is a really cool event worth going to. If you aren't familiar with catch events, I have tons of guides covering catch events on my channel. Make sure to Google any questions about PokeMMO, about catch events, and hopefully they should pop up. But shiny Heatmore is up for grabs. It was on the May 4th Monday. Next up, dude, I want to say thank you and just shout out the PvP community. I feel like they've been putting in a lot of effort recently towards doing these sample teams. If you head over to the competition alley on the PokeMMO forums, there are a bunch of these posts popping up recently from people like Your Angst, who's posting a ton of sample teams and then giving credit and showing who actually created these teams and showing the Pokepastes. Dude, creating Pokepastes takes a ton of time, at least how slow I am at making them. Creating Pokepaste is a ton of effort, a ton of work. Getting into PokeMMO PvP is a ton of effort and a ton of work. And these pre-made teams are going to help you immensely. They're going to make your journey possible. Getting into PokeMMO PvP is very difficult. I'm honest about that, but those who stick through and stick with it can really have a lot of fun and have a blast and play a really damn cool format and a pretty unique Pokemon PvP experience. So check these out over on the forums, and full credit to everybody listed here. There's just a ton of resources, a ton of information, and just we see some teams made by Frag, one of the legendary people of PokeMMO, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's really cool, man. It's just stuff like this is crucial for helping new players get into PvP, which is just so integral for PokeMMO's success and for the PvP, you know, metagame to stay healthy. You gotta have new players coming in and out, right? So, okay, next up, we have our daily item market check. Today, we are covering the Ghostly Lantern, one of the cheapest ultra rare vanities in all of PokeMMO, and I think it's kind of underrated. I've always said this. I think this vanity is kind of underrated, and I think it's cool when people make it work, especially. Something you see sometimes in the glove slot, especially the glove slot is kind of a weird vanity slot in PokeMMO. There wasn't a lot of competition for many years, but now they've tried to make a lot more glove slot items. There is a lot more competition these days, honestly, for it, where there wasn't a lot of selection for a super long time. But as you can see, the Ghostly Lantern, when it came out, it's an ultra rare from the Halloween 2023 event, right? It came out, it was around 4 mil, very quickly dropped to like 3 mil, and very quickly down to 2 mil, and nowadays after about 3 years or so, 2.5 years of it being in the game, it's hovered around 1 mil. It's been around 1 mil Pokeyen for most of its lifespan in the game, and it's a pretty cool, it's a subtle glove slot vanity. And I think a lot of people want to rock those swords. There are the flaming swords. I can go grab those really quick. There's a couple different vanities that are just, that really pop when you know, this is a glove slot, the orange flaming sword, the blue flaming sword, and these are cool glove slot vanities, obviously, don't get me wrong. But I do think the Ghostly Lantern is better for certain outfits. And it's always better. I try to recommend when we do fashion. I just uploaded a fashion contest video today, for example. With doing fashion contests, I think vanities that fit the outfit always look better than whatever's biggest and flashiest. It sounds obvious, but a lot of people, I think, in Pokemon, we're still getting there with terms of like fashion and outfits. Not that I'm a great fashion advice guy. You know, I just love my black t-shirts and stuff. But I think the Ghostly Lantern is a pretty underrated item. I think it's a pretty cool ultra rare vanity. I think it adds a nice, small, eloquent little flair to certain outfits that really want that extra small touch that won't overtake the rest of the everything else going on in the actual outfit, right? So that's that. Let's go jump into our achievement showcase. If you want to be featured in the achievement showcase, you could check out the Discord, links down below. There is an achievement showcase chat. And there's a chance, if you just hang out, leave a comment, leave your achievement, that I'll try to feature it. It's a way for you guys to see what's happening, see what people are achieving, as well as also give you guys some ideas on maybe what do you want to shiny hunt for today, what do you want to focus on, what do you want to work towards today, alt accounts, red refights, etc. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. First things first, Lucky Starfish from Team K-Pop made it to the red refight, or the red first fight, I guess. The red fight in 53 hours played. 6 days old on an account. This is, to put this in perspective, to get to this fight, you need to have all 5 regions done and complete Pokedex to access Mount Silver and then to access this fight. To do this within 53 hours is downright legitimately disgusting. This might be one of the most impressive speedruns we've seen in PokeMMO. I have talked about for years how I feel like the speedrun scene, specifically in PokeMMO, is very underexplored. I think we really could see a surge in like speedrunning, whether it's storylines, whether it's to the red refight, whether it's to unlock Mount Silver, whether it's to complete the Pokedex. I don't even know what the categories would necessarily be, but whatever people are interested in, right? I do super feel like, yeah, it's someone in chat, yeah, factoring in pheno mechanics, right? Like, dude, this is incredibly, insanely, disgustingly impressive. I have covered a lot of people doing fast runs of stories, and I've covered a lot of people doing things fast in PokeMMO. This is, I think, is the most impressive speed achievement I've ever seen in PokeMMO, which is a crazy sentence. It's really that insane. Congrats to Lucky Starfish. I'm curious to see how that will evolve over time. Anyways, next up, Kyriakos? Sorry if I'm butchering this. Here, I'll say Kyria said after 2 years, 668 hours of playtime and a complete Pokedex, 50,000 Swablu encounters, and around 120,000 total encounters, I finally caught my first shiny Pokemon in PokeMMO. 120k dry for their first shiny. Extremely deserved. You can see the encounter counter. I bet you a lot of their encounters were gotten before the encounter counter was officially added. I know a lot of people had that similar experience. It's cool to see someone just, you know, passively grind something, passively go for something, and then finally achieve it, man. Congratulations to you, Kyria. 120k dry is a very long streak for your first ever shiny, and I hope you treasure that Pidgeotto forever, gamer. I appreciate the sentiment, the message as well of never give up. I never give up. It will happen eventually, even though it feels hopeless at times, especially on your first shiny. That's where the mental games really get played, right? You start to like think, am I shiny locked? Like, am I just been wrong, right? You worry about that a lot in your first shiny. If you just keep going, you will eventually get it. The only way you lose Pokemon and lose shiny hunting is if you give up. That is the sentiment at the end of the day. A lot of first shinies today. Congratulations over to Ricky, who also got his first shiny in Pokemon, and he got it at exactly 5,000 encounters. Exactly. On the dot, which is really cool. And then it's 2 times 31. Dude, this is a hell of a first shiny. 2 times 31 IVs and got it at clean 5,000 encounters. Very memorable, very cool first shiny. Congrats over to Ricky. Next up, a lot of first shinies today. Another guy, first shunt is done. What I liked about this guy was how nonchalant he was. This guy went 65,000 encounters dry for his first shiny, and he's probably doing a Lepa shunt, which is also expensive and costs a lot of Pokeyen. to be like, oh yeah, my first shunt is done, guys. Oh yeah, guys, it's done, by the way. Like, bro, this is a sick shunt. This is a sick first shunt. Very fucking impressive stuff, Sifu. Congrats on the shiny Horsey as well. I think Horsey's a fantastic first shiny. Magikarp's a classic, can't go wrong. But if you're gonna like choose between out of the two commoner, you know, spawns over at Dragon's Den with Magikarp and Horsey, yeah, he's at Dragon's Den, exactly. You prefer the Horsey a little bit, right? Because there's 3 different evolutions versus the only 2 you can get from Carp with Magikarp and Gyarados, right? So really good first shiny over to Sifu. Excited to see your shunning progression over at Dragon's Den to see if you get the Dratini, if you get more Carps or Horses, whatever you get there on your phases. Good luck to you, man. Next up, this guy, Moss Salamander. This guy literally just posted a really based post. I thought it was really respectable. He was like, you know what? I did a full shiny hunt. I went about 30,000 encounters for one shiny. And he concluded that shiny hunting wasn't for him. Well, here he is again with another shiny. So maybe he's you know, the Stockholm syndrome is kicking in, boys. He's starting to enjoy shiny hunting. He said, I ran into a shiny 600 encounters after completing my first hunt and just decided not to shiny hunt anymore. It's the universe is trying to tell him he should be a shiny hunter. Like, that's poetic, man. That's beautiful. Congrats to you, Moss Salamander, dude. It's the best kind of shinies are the ones that you just kind of stumble into like that. It is a really cool feeling, a different feeling, right? And then, dude, this one makes me hyped up. Xerix, the only Alpha Aerodactyl on an Ironman account at all that we are aware of. He bred it up to 5x31, got it to Jolly Nature. I believe the only way to have gotten Alpha Aerodactyl was to get it through dust balls, right? Mysterious dust balls. I believe there was one of the mysterious balls from one of the recent events, and most Ironmen open their mysterious balls. Unlike myself, I'm one of the weird psycho people who I actually technically there could be 2 mysterious, or there could be 2 Alpha Aerodactyls on the server, and we just don't know yet because I have to open mine still. I'm saving my mysterious balls, all of them, all you see here, on the Ironman account until Shiny Wars. That's the goal. It's going to help my team a little bit. Hopefully maybe 1 extra point would be amazing. But even if we just like have a good chance, that's the best we can do. So but this is a sick one. Yeah, this is super, it's still super beautiful from Xerix, man. Having the only Pokemon like this on an Ironman account on the whole server is a huge flex, a beautiful achievement, and just Xerix continues to do really crazy Ironman stuff like this. So congrats to him, dude. All right, next up, another really cool shiny collection. I love these like shiny collection achievements that are starting to pop up in the game more, like all fire shinies, all dragon shinies. We didn't see people go for these sets and collections even just 2 years ago. This is a newer trend that we're seeing in the shiny hunting space of people going for full sets or collections. And this guy from Team Legend, Sheeny, went for all 3 catching trio Pokemon. If you don't know, Spinda with Contrary, so its hidden ability Spinda is really good for catching alphas, and then Breloom and Smeargle, of course, most people know they're classic Pokemon, the 2 best catching Pokemon in the game. Smeargle is better for utility, Breloom is better as just a pure catching Pokemon with better stats, things like Spore, False Swipe, Substitute, Poison Heal, etc, etc, etc. This is a really, really cool, pragmatically beneficial trio of shinies to own, right? Like, he's gonna be able to use these for the rest of his account. Like, it's a really cool 3 really cool shinies to go for, man. And to have them done like this, to have be able to use them forever to catch any shinies in the future, congratulations to you over Sheeny. That is a very unique accomplishment, man. But that is our stream recap intro. I'm sure we'll have lots of questions from chat, lots of things to cover. We do have that catch event today in about 36 minutes, so we're gonna get prepped and start running some calculations for that on what's the best way to participating and catching that, while also keeping our Pokeyen costs low on the Ironman account. I also want to you know, catch up on the Ironman account progress. I have been doing a little bit of off-camera grinding, trying to get that Pokeyen stack up, but keep it off camera because doing gym reruns and trainer reruns aren't exactly exciting content on stream. So we try to do those whenever possible, keep the grinds up and staying consistent. Okay, shout out to Mr. Granola, the community manager and staff member. This literally just got posted. It says just now still on the PokeMMO forums, but a new catch event was just posted after I was done recording these streaming recap intros. So we have a Tropius. I love this image, dude. We have a Tropius, amazing Pokemon, Tropius catch event coming up on the 16th of May at 4 p.m. ET. That is my time zone at Route 119 in Hoenn. You have 1 hour to catch Tropius, Linoon, and Kecleon for different scores, obviously on screen. Nature bonuses are on screen as well right now, and there will be a first place prize of a shiny Tropius. Keep in mind, this is probably going to be, I doubt you can quick ball shiny Tropius, but we can run the numbers on Team Synergy's website. And if not, this is probably going to be a soak catch event. So make sure to get a soak Smeargle ready for this event if you don't already have one. Tropius is a pretty difficult catch if I recall correctly, and you're going to want to be able to soak it so you can sport this. It's a grass type, so you can't sport in the wild without turning it into a water type. So it's going to help this event a ton. Shiny Tropius is a pretty tough shunt, a pretty difficult shunt, and a really damn beautiful shunt. So prepare for this one and give yourself a good chance at a Shiny Tropius, boys. That is coming up on May 16th. Was it? Once again, what was it? I already forgot. Let me go double check. Was that May 16th? I already forgot. You can rewind the video. I think it was May 16th. Or is it? That's a long way away, actually. That's a big heads up, isn't it? That's kind of crazy. I love a good heads up for a catch event, dude. Hell yeah. This is a fantastic question. What would you consider the best mon/items to stack up before Shiny Wars? This is a fantastic question. Kind of unanimously, Dittos and fossils. Those are the two things if you want to stock up, and Lepaberries. Those are the three big things pretty much every account will be stocking up for Shiny Wars. And people start preparing for Shiny Wars right after the previous one ended. People have been preparing for this for a year. If you've never seen a PokeMMO Shiny Wars, I'm excited for people to see there first, but I'm also a little scared because I saw the same thing in RuneScape with fantasy EHP and like skilling competitions. Every single year, it is going to get more and more intense. Every single year, competition is going to rise further and further and further. And it's going to get harder and harder and harder every single year to try to place or win a Shiny War, in my opinion. Congrats on the shiny Metapod, Sammy in chat. Hell, dude, there you go, man. Fucking hell yeah, dude. Congratulations, dude. It's a great shiny here, dude. And during the event, hell yeah. Anyways, fossils, Dittos was the last one. I already forgot now. But those three things, fossils, Dittos, Lepaberries. Those are the main shunts you'll see. Egg hunting, fossil hunts, and sweet scenting with Lepas. Those are the best methods generally during Shiny Wars. Keep an eye out for those. This is a brutal catch event, dude. What? Dude, that is insane perspective. Xanarchy just said there is a team right now that is preparing for Shiny Wars that has a requirement for each individual teammate to have at least 35,000 Dittos to even apply to the team. Shiny War is no joke. I know multiple people that have over 30,000 Dittos prepared on alt accounts in boxes. How do you stack that many Pokemon? Tons and tons of alt accounts. I think so there's on a fresh alt account, it's 11 boxes of Dittos, right? So it's 11 times 60. So oh my God, you need so many characters. Is my math right? One alt account only holds 660 Dittos. Is that right? That's insane. That is like not that many. Mail, you stock them in the mail as well. Okay. So is the mail, how much can you store? There is a max to the mail. You can store more than 250. A lot of people might not know that. You can store more than the 250 number. But Xanarchy, do you happen to know like how much max you could? There is still a max though. Is it like 500 or 1,000 or what's the max? I'm pretty sure you can go over the 250 mark, but I could be. Maybe that's only no. If you buy a if you buy a Ditto on the GTL, it should be able to still be stored there for a bit. Yeah, one account is 3 characters. Yeah, I think it's like 1.3k Dittos per character. Okay, they changed it recently. The mail storage. Okay. Let's just count it. We have our experts in chat, our Shiny War gamers, letting us know the insights to the high end stuff. I'm just going to take that number, around 1.3 thousand Dittos per. So you need 30 characters, right? Is that about? Not quite, but let's say they require you to have 35,000 Dittos divided by 1,300. Oh, I can't type correctly. 35k divided by 1,300. So that means that team would require you to have 27 alt accounts full of Dittos. 27 alt accounts, alt characters, just full of Dittos. Shiny War is no joke, man. Shiny hunters are crazy. Do not underestimate them. You have to be willing to go to insane lengths to prove that you are the best shiny hunter in PokeMMO, because other people might want it more than you. People want it so bad, dude. It's fucked up in a way, but it's also goddamn beautiful, and it's pure competition in spirit, and I love to see it, man. All right, fellas, we have catch event results coming in for the Dunsparce catch event. In 4th place with a 19-point catch. Congratulations. That's a good one, dude. Over to iRock. Congratulations on the free reward points. Next up in 3rd place, where's 3rd? In 3rd place with 166, so a slightly lower catch event here, lower scoring event actually. Yeah, 166 is a little bit low for 3rd place. That kind of shows that someone, that's amazing, Blaziken. It kind of shows, I think it was just hard. Sunkern and Dunsparce encounter rates were just not that high for an event like this. Really cool name, Misclick. Congrats on 3rd place in the event. 2nd place, 167, not a crazy difference. X Escanor, congrats on 2nd place. And then the winner of the event, the winner of the shiny Dunsparce, the staff are drum rolling, they are delaying it out. We're seeing global chat go crazy. The winner of the event, they're talking about Dota 2 in global chat today. Always important conversations to be had. The winner of the shiny Dunsparce is Z-Toxa with a score of 168. That's a pretty lower scoring event. So the event was 3rd place 166, 2nd 167, and then 1st place 168. A pretty nice little, staircase upwards. Congrats to all of our winners. Congrats to Z-Toxa on winning, in my opinion, a really beautiful shiny Pokemon from a pretty cool event. And thanks to everybody for participating. And I will see you guys with the next catch event in PokeMMO as always. Alrighty, fellas, it's been a while, but it is time for everybody's either favorite or least favorite part of the PokeMMO stream recap. It's time to talk about not PokeMMO. It is Movietrouski. It is time to give my dumb little thoughts and my dumb little opinions on movies. For those who don't know, I've been watching about 1 movie a day over the past 1 year or so. Maybe I think we're coming on. I think we just actually passed my 1-year milestone. I just really got into movies over the past year or so. It's a really fun pastime to do while playing PokeMMO, while shiny hunting, while grinding on the Ironman accounts. Movies are a great thing to do with your partner. I watch a lot with my wife. We go to the movie theaters. I try not to be like a cringe, pretentious cinephile because I find that revolting, but I love watching movies. So that's what we're here to talk about today. Let's just go ahead and go through it. If you want some suggestions, let me know. If you want to leave suggestions in the comments, I'll watch anything if I have the time and try to get to what I can. But first things first, we watched the Garfield movie. I watched the Garfield movie with my wife. I gave that a 4 out of 10. It's the new one. I did watch the old one growing up. The one with, is it Bill Murray who voices Garfield, and there's some like voice actor who does the old Garfield. I haven't seen it in a very long time. I want to rewatch that at some point. I don't know, I can't believe it's good, but I don't know. But the new Garfield movie has some cute elements, some cute scenes, but it's just so boring in between all of the good scenes. I gave it like a 4 out of 10. It's not very good. Some of these movies I haven't watched in like a month. Like this was April 3rd I watched Garfield, so keep that in mind. It's been a while since I've seen some of these. Next up is The Drama, which I think is still in theaters depending on where you're at. It has, what's his name, Robert Pattinson and Zendaya, and I shockingly really enjoyed The Drama. I could have seen it going either way. Robert Pattinson has done a bunch of similar movies like this recently. He did the one with Jennifer Lawrence. What's it called? I'm blanking on names, so apologies, but he did a very similar movie to The Drama with Jennifer Lawrence, where it's kind of like this chaotic relationship style movie. But I thought The Drama was like pretty darn well done. The movie, it's a romance movie about like stress and tension around a wedding and which sounds really boring, but around like a big dramatic reveal and about how like people's pasts affects them and how forgiveness and blah blah yada yada. I think it's great. I think this movie was fantastic. I gave it an 8.8 out of 10. If you want to see my full written reviews, they are over on my Letterboxd if you're interested. I love Letterboxd. It's really just a platform where people talk about movies, and that's it. You know, it's just a passionate way for people to yap about movies and share a similar passion. I feel like one of the few social media platforms that there's no like financial incentive for right now, so it's just pure passion, people who like to yap about the things I like to yap about. So that's my thoughts on The Drama. Next up, Saturday Night, which is the original. It's really cool. It's a recreation of the original first showing of SNL and how chaotic that was and how like out of the norm that it was and how against the grain it was at the time. I would have loved a different style of documentary, I think, showing the creation of that versus it just being the first night only. but I think it is still an interesting movie that's like kind of worth the watch. I gave it like a 6 out of 10. It just wasn't as entertaining as I wanted it to be, I think. Next up, really wholesome movie on this list, The Big Year. And this is Steve Martin. This is Jack Black. This is like is it Steve Zahn? I haven't watched in like a month, so apologies. Owen Wilson. It's Owen Wilson. It's Steve Martin, Jack Black, Owen Wilson. I give this a 9.7 out of 10 because this movie represents everything I love to yap about, which is like pursuing your passion regardless of what it is. The older I get, the more I resolve myself on like, it does not matter what your goals in life is, really, long as you're not hurting anybody else. It doesn't really matter what your goal is, as long as you are passionate about it and engaging it and like just really care about it, you know. This movie is about bird watching. This is a movie about passionate bird watchers who do something called The Big Year, which is basically Chinese Wars. I love it, man. It's beautiful. I respect it. I empathize with it. I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's what passionate stuff is about, you know? Next up, A Trip to the Moon. This is where, okay, I try really hard to not be a cringe cinephile, but this movie actually is just interesting and cool. This is the first ever sci-fi movie ever made. It was made in like 1904. Like early 1900s. It's a silent film. It's like 10 minutes long. And in my opinion, it actually does hold up to this day. I love shitting on old movies. I think a lot of old movies are really overrated. I actually have a really hot take that I just uploaded on my Letterboxd recently. I gave a very famous movie a very low rating. Sadly, I wish I would have liked it. I wanted to like it. I unfortunately did not enjoy it. You can see it on my Letterboxd if you want to, of course. But A Trip to the Moon is worth the watch. It's 10 minutes. It's a silent film. I think it's really fucking interesting. It's from like the 1900s. It's legit very fucking cool in my opinion. Just watch it. It's a very quick watch. It's really cool in my opinion. Next up, Reservoir Dogs. Tarantino's like Quentin Tarantino's like first big film, first like breakout role from my understanding. People love talking about directors, and I don't really get it. People love talking about like, oh, who's your favorite director, Patrouski? And I don't really have a great answer for that because for me, directors are so coin flip. There are like every director that I know of has made films that I love and films that I hate, you know, or like, you know, love but or don't like, whatever. And Tarantino is kind of the same. I find, and I don't really, Tarantino to me just makes like smart action movies or like high quality action movies, and I just don't, it's not interesting enough to me personally. I think Reservoir Dogs is one of his better movies to me personally. I gave it a 7.8 out of 10. I think it has interesting characters, cool shots, and it's very realistic and raw. But I think it has a very uninteresting and unsatisfying ending with massive plot holes, and it's kind of just like a slightly above par action movie. It's a very solid movie, but it's just nothing special in my opinion, sadly. All right, next up. Fire Ants 3D, The Invincible Army. Bro, this is a documentary about ants, and it's fucking sick, okay? It's like 30 minutes to like 45 minutes long. This shit rocks, okay? This shit is all about, dude, this is one of the, okay, it's so dumb, this getting a better score than like Reservoir Dogs, but like, it's true, man. This shit went hard. This was all about like the crazy things that ants can do. It's paced so well. The facts and numbers they present are so exciting, so interesting. I love this documentary about ants. I would suggest it and recommend it. Fire Ants 3D, The Invincible Army. Bro, ants be making boats out of their own bodies and like surfing the waters for like months at a time. It's actually insane. Check it out. It's very cool and very interesting. Next up, The Big Short. Me and my wife had the privilege of watching The Big Short in theaters through like a reshowing at our local theaters, right? I had never seen The Big Short before. This movie is amazing to me. This is like the best econ movie I've ever seen. I think this movie is, it's not preachy, it's not glorifying, it's bittersweet, it touches like all the different spectrums. The Big Short is, the performances from everybody are insane. I would give The Big Short an 11 out of 10. And I think this movie is phenomenal. I think it's legitimately like the best economy movie I've ever seen. I think this movie is just so good. I think it's so good. I can't recommend it enough. The Big Short is fantastic. I love it, I love it, I love it. Check out The Big Short. You probably have watched it already. It's a pretty popular movie. There you go. Next up is Dumb Money, and it was good to watch Dumb Money directly. So if you don't know, The Big Short is largely about the housing crash back in like '08 and even like a little bit prior to that, and like how people predicted it and how that came to be, and like the effect on real people, as well as like how people made money off of it. It's really interesting, right? And then Dumb Money was much better than I expected. I don't know, I was like scared to watch this movie. I thought it would be like disrespectful in a way. Dumb Money was all about the like Wall Street bets era, the GameStop spike during like COVID and stuff like that. And I thought this movie would be like more of a mockery, but I thought it was just really respectful, really interesting, really fun, kind of gave power to the people type of thing, but also like shows the unfairness in certain ways. I loved Dumb Money. I thought it was really good. I gave it like a 9 out of 10 type beat and a like. These last 4 movies all have a like for me on Letterboxd. Look at the I like movies, man. Look at these reviews. This is a crazy streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies that all got like a 9+ review. Like that's a good week of movies, man. This was April 6th to April 10th. Let's keep going on. Dumb Money's fantastic. Paul Dano is fantastic as always. Definitely give Dumb Money. It's a pretty quick watch, like hour 45. I want to say it might be 2 hours. Pretty easy watch, more than I expected. I think Dumb Money is super worth it. Speaking of like easy, fun, good watches, Palm Springs. Palm Springs is an Andy Samberg comedy. But it's so much more than that, man. It's so much more than just a dumb comedy to put on, man. I was really impressed by this. It's really fun. It's unexpected, in my opinion. It kind of just like, you never really know where it's gonna go, in my opinion, and it's just super fun. Really fun movie, comedy, but rom-com kind of, but more like comedy leaning. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I think this movie's fantastic. I can check the exact score. I gave it a 9.2. I called it a surprising, fun little comedy memer. So definitely check out, if you want something light to put on that's pretty fun, Palm Springs is a great option. Next up, something that's not light at all, but still very interesting and very relevant to the current times, Faces of Death. Now, Faces of Death, the original movie was like a super shocking, like gore horror movie back in the 80s. It was almost like a mythological, it was back before streaming, back before the internet in a lot of ways. There was still some internet kind of, but like not really. It was a horror movie that like people didn't know if it was like a real thing or just a movie. It was like crazy, right? It was like kind of like that old school playground myth type beat. And I was really curious, how do you reboot something like that in the modern era with like technology and like, you know, how do they make that, because it's so different, how do they make that work? And they did a great job. I gave Faces of Death an 8.8 out of 10. I thought it was a really creative and topical way to reboot the franchise. I don't want to say too much and like give like a spoiler alert kind of thing, but it's about content creators, and it's about, you know, kind of like people's obsession with being accepted and likes, and I think this movie is fantastic. I think this movie is ahead of its time in terms of parasocial relationships. I think it is an audience capture and all that. I think it's I think Faces of Death is fantastic. Definitely worth the watch, and worth the watch in the theaters if it's probably gone for most people, to be fair. Next up, Cards of Darkness. The easiest watch on this list to go, you can watch this on YouTube right now. This is a YouTube documentary about a homeless community in Canada who ride shopping carts down giant hills at like 70 miles per hour. And that's the hook, but that's not what it's really about. It's really about the philosophy. It's really about the philosophy of a person who is in their situations and in their lives, and how a lot of these guys have better philosophies, in my opinion, than the average person. I really love this movie. It's hopecore. It's beautiful. It represents a lot of how I feel. I really cannot recommend Cards of Darkness enough. I don't think most people will view this movie as a 10 out of 10. I think that's like, I'm kind of giving it a very high rating due to personal love and attachment to this style of thought process. If you go in expecting like a 6 to an 8 out of 10, I think you'll be very happy. So definitely check out Cards of Darkness. It's a good like side watch while you grind PokeMMO. That's the final Movietrouski take, boys. You made it through it all. I know the terrible opinions, the terrible takes. You survived. Get yourself a t-shirt that says I survived Movietrouski. There you go, boys. All right, and in typical Patrouski fashion, the stream did crash, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and call it for today, guys. I still hope you enjoyed the PokeMMO stream recap, the daily rambles, the daily news, and I hope it helps your PokeMMO journey. If it does, leave a like on the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitch for streams, subscribe on YouTube. Most importantly, just have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another stream, more PokeMMO content, but for now, guys, peace, Reno, have a good one, and good luck on your shunts.